fellow Angelino. Go give her
Hi.
a subscription. Go give her a sub if you haven't already. Um, we you hit 50,000 a few weeks ago. Were you like isn't that such a good feeling?
It was a crazy feeling. I just can't believe it.
All right, let's unpack this absolute roller coaster of a royal recap. Kinsey Schofield and Donna Bowling just delivered another episode of Recollections Bavaria Royal Recap. And if you thought this was going to be another soft chat about the weather in Montecito, nope. This was vintage Kinsey, sharp, funny, and a little bit savage. So the conversation kicks off all innocent, with Kinsey congratulating Donna on hitting 50,000 subscribers and gushing over her live show.
You're such a grown up. We're such adults. I feel like we have one more friend on the playground. Come on over. Welcome to
Uh,
our tribe.
it was a really cool moment. I mean, that's a big number. It's
It
a huge
is.
number.
I think about it in like stadium terms. Like, if we were to throw a party, we would have the best party ever. With all of our followers. Like I just think that, oh, you just did also the Daily Dose of Donna live. And so
Dosers Live.
you got to meet like a bunch of people that absolutely adore you. So that must have been really cool.
It was really cool. People flew in from all around the world. Someone came in from Australia.
What? That's
What?
amazing. Did
I
they
was in shock.
did they bring a wombat? Because that
Uh,
would be a requirement for me.
They probably left the wombat somewhere else because I didn't remember getting the wombat, but in my heart, I found what is a wombat?
Oh my God, they're the cutest things. I
Oh,
follow
it's the
so many.
animal.
Yeah, I follow so many wombat rescues. Like if when you say Australia to me, like I just think about all the wombat rescues I follow on Instagram. Our last video did really well, so thank you so much for coming back. We are on Harry and Meghan watch, as you know, and this is like the perfect topic for us because we're Southern California girls. Disneyland. I mean, it's too expensive for me these days, but still, what a
Mm.
great escape. What's your favorite Disneyland ride?
Can I tell you something that's tragic?
I already hate the direction of this conversation.
I was there the day before they went.
Oh, okay.
This would have been amazing content for you.
It really would have. Yeah,
How
you've
did it
disappointed me.
work? How did it work with them being there? Like, because I had just been there. Then the next day they went, and I was thinking, like, there must have been insane security around them. Like, how does that fly?
Well, did you notice in all of the pictures, there's like no one else except for their people, like their security team, but in the background, I mean, their kids are barefoot in some of the pictures, so clearly they were feeling comfortable.
Barefoot at Disney is a crime.
I know it is questionable,
Yeah.
but I think that Disney must have some sort of strategy for their, and I should have studied this, but it's for their VVVIP
They,
clients.
yeah, they definitely have a VIP situation. I know that, like, you can pay a good amount of money for
I don't think they paid though, girl.
oh, they got paid.
Yeah, I think that that's like, well, that's my, okay. So here we'll go through some of the quotes,
Yeah.
talk about how Prince Harry's never going to grow up, his Peter Pan syndrome. Prince Harry detailed his recent Disneyland trip with his wife, Meghan Markle, and their two kids, Archie and Lily, in a special edition of 2020. I only want to hear about Karen Reed on 2020. Okay. I don't need a Disneyland episode. Like, what shocked me to my core? In the happiest story on earth, 70 years of Disneyland, Harry joked that his little ones thought the theme park was amazing before they'd officially entered. He gushed, "It brings out the kid in you again." I mean, special reminder, this guy just learned how to pay his phone bill 5 years ago. So there's still a little bit of a kid in him consistently.
Hmm.
Megan shared footage on social media. Elsewhere in the special, she looked back on her own childhood as along with Prince Harry, who talked about how his late mother, Princess Diana, and his brother, Prince William, went to Disneyland in 1993. "I remember it very, very well. I remember losing it as a kid with all the characters, like losing it. He would go round and round on Space Mountain 10, maybe 12 times." That sounds very privileged, by the way, because we would have to stand in a very long line to try to accomplish the same feat. Megan said it was more accessible to her because she's a SoCal girl. Are these guys influencers now? Because we see them take this trip and post about it on the gram, and then they basically appear as spokespeople in a special for Disneyland on 2020, and it's like I cannot see William and Catherine ever doing something similar.
You know what's interesting is the timing. Thankfully, this didn't happen circa the Jimmy Kimmel cancellation because this could have been a major PR blunder for them if they were
Right.
supporting Disney. and the Mouse House
Well, girl,
during
this just
this.
happened this weekend, so that it kind of did. Like
Wait, this aired this weekend?
yeah, so I did have people in my comments, and I didn't connect the dots till I started putting together this rundown for us. But I had people in the comments going, "Are they going to give back their Disney money because of the Kimmel
Oh.
cancellation?" And I was like, what do they mean?" And now it's all coming together. I'm like,
When did they go to Disneyland? I thought this was weeks and weeks ago.
it was during Lily's birthday, but the Disneyland special just came out this weekend on Hulu. So yes, so the
okay.
visit happened earlier, but the promotional docu-series just came out over the weekend. It's interesting that you said about the timing. I want you to go back to where you were, but what I thought was interesting about this timing was it feels like it's trying, in my opinion, Meghan has always tried to brand herself as a Disney princess, and I felt like this was more timing wise Meghan continuing to try to go the wholesome route to help elevate her lifestyle brand.
It's all very LA influencer girl talk at first. Stadium-sized parties, wombat jokes, Disneyland dreams. But then, the real tea. They pivot from yay subscribers to wait, Harry and Meghan went to Disneyland Bayford in about 2-second flat. Because, of course, we can't have an episode without the Sussexes turning something wholesome into a PR minefield.
Maybe I'm thinking too deep there. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that she's thinking of like all avenues. But my thought is everything seems to kind of go to crap when Meghan puts her hands on it. And like Disney's having a really rough PR week.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't seem so shocking that, of course, Meghan Markle's involved.
Oh my God, we're going to get into the term Markled when we talk about the Bumble CEO.
That's true.
The joke is that anybody that associates with Meghan Markle is inevitably Markled, which means you're canceled. Like Tyler Perry, like
everyone. It's like how we use on my show, you're Blaked.
Oh,
like
God.
it's the same. She is a stain on a lot of brands and a lot of companies because, I mean, clearly she didn't do a good job with Spotify. Didn't she have a huge Spotify thing and that went south? And then, of course, Netflix and that goes south. And then she worked with Disney and Disney's having ABC is also the 2020. And they could not have a worse week PR-wise. I mean, the worst.
Markled.
Hashtag Markled.
It's just so strange to me that Harry and Meghan leave the British royal family 5 years ago, and they say they are going to pursue a life of service. And okay, I understand they've got these commercial ventures because they have to pay their bills. But this is really an odd placement. Harry and Meghan in the middle of a docu-series about 70 years at Disneyland. I mean, I know for a fact that they don't go to Disneyland often because Harry specifically says when they recently went, the trip you're talking about, the kids were excited about the outside. And he said, wait till you see the inside. So it's not like these two are regular visitors. Harry's talking about a trip from 1993. It feels so forced and like there is an ulterior motive, and that ulterior motive is got to clean up their image because
and also a shite ton of money.
Yeah, well, and you've got to clean up their image because they basically are known for terrorizing Queen Elizabeth towards the end of her life, and it's hard to have a squeaky clean image when you're accused of elder abuse. You know what I mean?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to overshadow. Did Meghan the entire special? Did she say like when H got the big pickle? Because you know that big pickle is so iconic. Did they eat during the special? Did you see them eat treats?
I don't recall seeing Meghan shoving anything in her mouth the way she did in that Bloomberg interview. Look at how relatable I am. I'm a messy eater, girl.
I mean, that's the big part of Disneyland is like the snacks. Did they not?
Is that not the truth? So I'm taking my nephew and I'm like, dude, we got to get the churro outside of the haunted mansion. Like that is a conversation that we have to get the churro outside of the haunted mansion. Like it's like must do. So food is very important. It's interesting because she told Oprah Winfrey during that original sit down, they're in the chicken coop and she's telling Oprah
As
that
one does.
yeah, as typical Tuesday, and she's telling Oprah that she felt like Ariel from The Little Mermaid when she was a working member of the British royal family because they had
She
stolen
lost
her
her
voice.
voice.
Yes, oh my gosh. And so for Lily's party at Disneyland, they had the most gorgeous Ariel cake for her. And I just kind of cringed a little inside because I just thought, oh, girl, stop trying to pretend you're the Disney princess. The Disney princess never quits. Okay. The Disney princess never quits.
It's a really wild connection. And how in the world do you expect the royal family to take that? That they're Ursula? They're
Yeah.
like the mean, evil, octopus lady. Was she an octopus? I feel
Yeah.
like Ursula was an octopus.
She was a thick one. Yeah. She was a thick
There was a
octopus.
lot of like moving parts. But
But
no one wants to be Ursula. And
no,
so to compare your old family to Ursula, of course everyone's going to hate you for saying something like that. But yeah, the ultimate victim.
So apparently, Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet went to Disneyland recently, and the photos show the kids literally barefoot in the park. I mean, Disneyland is not the place for naked toes. Let's be honest. Donna and Kinsey both cracked up at that, calling it a crime, and they're not wrong. The thought of walking barefoot anywhere near a theme park restroom is just no.
the classic. Did you see a lot of positive press for Prince Harry's UK trip? Obviously, I my eyes are going to be different than yours because this is my job. But
Yeah.
as you scrolled through, did you feel overwhelmed with Prince Harry's back to old Prince Harry? The prodigal son has returned.
hmm I mean, I felt like I was being bombarded by Prince Harry. I get alerts from certain websites like the People alerts and TMZ alerts and stuff. And I was like, is this a joke? Like, I
Yeah.
felt like I was on a royal
Harry watch.
family. Yeah, I really did. I felt like I was on a royal family app, which is unlike my content, because I don't normally, follow the royal family so much. It was Prince Harry, Prince Harry, Prince Harry. I mean, it was crazy. But it was not negative, and it was
No.
very much connecting. He's seeing his father for the first time. He's being with his father. He's with his father. So there is clearly a very strong push towards they're going back home. They're kind of ending that's the push, right? That
Right.
seems to be like the story that they're going to be eventually moving back to the UK. Is there truth to that, or is that just, am I just reading that?
This is so weird because I do believe the people that say Harry wants his children to go to school in the UK, and I think they're scared of this school issues we have here, if you know what I mean, like without
Yeah, of course.
getting flagged by YouTube. We have
Well, just the dangers, the
yeah,
realities
yeah,
of growing up in America right
right,
now is
right.
hard.
And so I really do believe that he signed Archie up at Eton, the school he went to, and that where William went and Prince George, who's going to be king one day, will go. It is the safest school in the world. A lot of high profile people send their children to this school, this boarding school. So you're going to have the most insane security level ever there. Um, but I don't think Meghan Markle would ever go back to the UK. It's a real difficult thing to predict when I think Meghan absolutely loathes the UK despite selling biscuits and tea on her website, cultural appropriation. Um, and then not wanting to send her kid off to a foreign country. Like, I get that. I think that that's a really difficult decision that they're going to have to debate. But I felt like the last 2 weeks have been a charm offense, and the Disney special just was kind of like the cherry on top of the sundae.
Yeah. I would be so interested for her to like, I want to know what the conversations are in that house between the two of them about what the future is between those I mean, for me, I feel like she has had control, just not knowing the details, but just understanding that he left his life to
Yeah.
be with her. She has had control up until now. And maybe he's finally pushing back. Like, look, you tried it. You
Yeah.
tried it. We went your route. We gave it your all. We gave it however many years that they've been married. I don't know. We gave it 5, 6, 7 years, and we're back at square one. Like, we kind of don't really have anything else going on right now. Let's maybe consider another option because now
That's
I'm being offered A, B, and C in the UK. I don't know. What would Harry do in the
that's a really good
UK?
observation. I can see that. That's a really good observation that maybe he is finally pushing back and going, look, we've made all of these decisions for you, and they're not, maybe the return on investment's just not there. I mean, um, what would he do? I think he would love to be a working royal again because I think that that's
Yeah.
all he knows how to do. But the royal family is saying you're not going to be half in, half out. And I don't think Prince William would ever have him back because of, the way that they treated Catherine, the Princess of Wales, who will be queen one day. But it's like you talking about how Meghan's in charge. I Meghan, before she started dating Prince Harry, but she was definitely trying to meet somebody. She had meetings with production companies and with agents in the UK because she was shopping her own food show, whether it was travel and food or whether it was in the kitchen with Meghan. She was shopping that before she met Prince Harry, off the tail, like off the success of Suits, knowing she was going to be written out of Suits, trying to figure out what her next moves were. So it's so interesting to like watch all of her dreams come to fruition at the expense of everything in his life. Do you
It's
know what I mean?
wild.
It's like,
It's wild. And I can only imagine, unless he's like just such a wonderful human being, I can only imagine the resentment in that marriage.
mm,
Because no man, and I say this not as like a misogynist thing, but I say this just as a marriage thing. Like no man that grew up knowing that you had this like huge life ahead of you as a prince,
yeah.
and then you give it all up for your wife. No man is not going to hold some resentment that you became essentially a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, a Manny. I always
Yeah.
call him a Manny.
I mean, he really is. And I told you on the last time I was on your show that he, from my personal friend who raises her kids in that town, he is the more active dad. He's like the dad that takes them to soccer, et cetera, between the two of them. So it's just got to be there's got to be like some stuff
Yeah,
going
for
on
sure.
there.
If this whole Disneyland saga proves anything, it's that the Sussexes are still desperately trying to find their footing. They've gone from palace to podcast, from royal tours to red carpets, from Frogmore to Frontierland, and still nothing sticks. Donna said it best. We went your route, Meghan. We gave it your all. And now, we're back at square one. And that's the reality. 5 years after Megxit, the rebrand keeps rebranding. 1 week they are political activists, the next they are family vloggers. 1 week Harry's writing about trauma, the next is smiling with Mickey Mouse. It's exhausting, confusing, and somehow still fascinating. So yeah, Disneyland might bring out the kid in Harry, but maybe it also brought out the truth. For all their money and media deals, the Sussexes still seem lost in a theme park of their own making, going round and round on Space Mountain, looking for the exit.